Yeah, just appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate our fans coming out and just hanging in there with us. Really happy for our team, our players, these guys. Losing's really hard, and we always talk about it. It reveals your true character and how you're going to show up and respond. And it's easy when it's 70 and sunny. It's really, really hard, when you face adversity. And so I'm proud of these guys for the way they've been able to respond through it, the resiliency. And it hasn't been easy, but they've been resilient. They've fought through it. And, a really good win for us against a good team, a really good team. And I felt like there was that, it was a game of runs, and then it was, about 5:30 in the fourth quarter, and they tied it up. And, that was a big timeout for our girls to really rally around each other. And, you go in the huddle and there's constant conversation going on. So as a coach, you feel really good about that versus when everything's stone cold quiet. And they were talking to each other through it and, just building each other up and found a way to get a good win tonight on our home court. So happy for them.
Robin, nonetheless, few games, especially Arkansas, when they've kind of come back inside the game, and you haven't been able to hit the shots that you'll have. But I mean, Troop hit one, Hayley hit one too. I mean, how did you pull ahead with those shots? Is there anything different that happened?
I think we've got, a lot of different players that can step up on different nights and knock down shots. And, really tried yesterday to try to recenter ourselves a little bit. I think, these guys want it so bad, and, when things don't go how you plan, it's easy things get a little bit tighter, a little bit more uncomfortable, and maybe get, the perception is so much deeper and heavier than what it has to be, but just tried to really recenter ourselves yesterday, individually and as a team, and, take a deep breath and not be so tied to the outcome. I think that's, another thing when they've worked really hard in this off season, we've had these goals, and then, and for us as a staff too, not to get so attached to that outcome, but put your big rocks in the jar first and show up every day and be the best version of yourself and be each other's biggest cheerleaders and find a way to battle through. And if you can do that, I think, the scoreboard takes care of itself. And so really just tried to recenter ourselves today.
So, Rob, when you say kind of, recenter yourselves yesterday, I mean, what does that look like? How did you guys go about doing that?
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot that, happens in that locker room. And, just, I think, carving out time to just kind of take a breath and remind ourselves, all of us, our staff too, remind all of us on, who we said we were going to be back in, October, November. And, just kind of in our minds put first things first and recalibrate a little bit.
With that in mind, Hayley and Aijha, what's your guys' kind of mindset going into this game, knowing how much was at stake, kind of like Robin, mentioned, wanting to kind of recenter yourself yesterday? What was the mindset going into today?
I think just pouring into each other and giving each other energy, just being able to feed off of each other, but ultimately just trusting the work we've put in and, relying on that so we can go out and play confident and play free.
Hayley, when you start to see the three ball kind of go down early today as opposed to some of the struggles perimeter-wise the last couple of games, what was that like for you guys, especially you as a three-point shooter?
I mean, of course, it always feels good, just a confidence boost, but I think what I'm most proud of today is there was stretches again where our offense wasn't really flowing, but we did a lot better job of taking pride in our defense and getting stops during those runs. And when they were making those runs, we just found a way every single time, no matter what it was, threes or getting to the paint. Just thought we played off each other and played really hard together today.
And with playing off each other, when they were able to tie the game at 55-55 and Aijha hits that three and starts that run, I mean, what does that do for you guys?
That was huge. I mean, just a huge confidence boost, I think, for everyone. Just got the crowd going, got the energy back up. This is a big-time shot.
Coach, you mentioned after the Georgia game that the first 5 minutes today would be really crucial. How do you evaluate those minutes and really the first quarter just to kind of give you that slight bubble for the runs that Mississippi State runs?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a game of runs, and it's a 40-minute game, and you got to weather storms. You got to stay aggressive. You got to have an attack mindset, and to be really, really honest with you, today was not about Mississippi State. Today was about this locker room, and these girls and us kind of getting out of our own way, to be honest with you. Things get a little bit heavier when you lose. Things get magnified. Things get frustrating. We all want it so bad, and we just had to kind of get out of our own way. You know, and I told these guys, every great story has adversity in it. Every great story has adversity in it, and it's how you respond to that adversity that determines how great the story is. And so, it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. But I'm proud of them, and the story's not completed yet, and there's more opportunities for us to still finish this on a very strong note.
Robin, how satisfying was it to win the rebounding battle today?
I mean, I think it's huge. I mean, you're looking at the best rebounder in the country right here. You know, I mean, what'd she end up with tonight? I mean, I should have had a few more, but she missed one off the free throw line. No, I don't know if she did or not, but you did?
Yeah, I
Let me
think I
watch
did.
that clip. No, I mean, it's huge, and, you know, we're not a team that gets up and presses for 40 minutes, and, I mean, if anything, I thought we looked a little gassed out there tonight at times, but not to allow those second shot opportunities, but also to get a couple extra possessions, you know, is huge, and Aijha's a huge part of that, and, you know, that's something that I think is a very controllable thing, and we've got to be able to do that night in and night out.
Aijha, how does it feel for you guys as a team to be, you know, in position right now to make, you know, the NCAA tournament? Like, what is this feeling like compared to kind of, you know, the last 2 years, just now that you're kind of building towards something more?
It's absolutely a different feeling, but we're just trying to stay the course, just stay focused, like game by game, and just not get ahead of ourselves. Just making sure we just stay together throughout these games, so we can end up where we want to end up in the end.
Coach, with the home stretch of the SEC coming up, what did you see tonight that you're on offense and defense that you're going to want to duplicate in these last couple games?
Well, you know, I think, you know, there's many offensive possessions where I felt like we were over-dribbling, you know, not trusting the ball movement, and not intentionally, but just you start pressing a little bit, and, you know, times that we weren't transferring the advantage the way we needed to, and you're not going to play perfect, and you're going to have possessions like that, but you need to transfer it more often than not. And I thought we were really intentional about that today, you know, and I think that definitely helps. Defensively, you know, again, it's about the resiliency. It's about not letting your offense dictate your defense. And I thought, you know, there was a stretch there where they were getting the 40-60 balls, and we just had to recalibrate. We cannot allow another team to outwork us, to be grittier than we are. We cannot do that. And I felt like that we made that adjustment from the huddle once we talked about it. But every game's going to be a little bit different. I mean, you know, Jayla's been playing so well. You know, I thought she had good minutes for us. Day, you know, is a special player for sure. And just with the lineups and what it looked like today, you know, different players had to step up. I thought Izzy had some really good minutes for us. I thought Kaya defensively had some good minutes for us. It's got to be bigger than 4, 5, 6, 7 players on any given night. You never know, you know, what that matchup and that chess match is going to look like. But what we've got to do is continue to lean in as a team and just make sure we're going front of the jersey first and battling for each other.
For either Hayley or Aijha, you know, having Kai and some of the other freshmen, kind of the energy and celebrations they bring on the bench, I mean, what does that do for you guys in the game, and kind of what has that lighthearted spirit kind of done for you guys as you've gone through this, you know, rough stretch to have freshmen bring that kind of energy?
It's everything. All year they've been incredible. I think it's one of the best things about our team. They bring so much. It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it means everything to the team. So super special.
Hayley, how often do you practice that behind the back move to the rim and everything?
That's not one that I've been practicing too much lately. Just kind of happened.
Anything else, guys?
I know after missing last game, our coaches kind of talked about having conversations, especially leading up to this game. How much did that kind of play, or not if that play into how you performed tonight?
I'm growing. I'm growing as a person, growing as a basketball player, but I just think it's important to go through stuff, you know. So, I mean, adversity hit for me, obviously, with my team, not being there for my team. But obviously, I just had to keep my head on straight and stay focused and just see the end of it's light at the end of the tunnel always. So just being there with my teammates. So they were really encouraging with me, like coming back and stuff and joining the group. So it worked out well.
Everybody good?